5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take off. Welcome back to episode number 2 of the Empty Space podcast. You guys, we made it, and thank you so much for all of your kind words and all of your inspiration. I hope you enjoy this episode. Mr. Nicholas.
Steven.
Kevin, we made it. We made
did.
it, baby. We made it to number 2.
We did.
Thank you. God, yes. Okay. We're here. Thank you for coming back. This is episode number 2 of the Empty Space podcast once again. And Nicholas, what are we doing, buddy? We're here.
We're here. We're queer. We need more beer.
Yes. All right.
Maybe.
No, we're good.
Correct
We're
answer.
good. I think it's
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, we are here. Episode 2. Thanks, everyone. All 57 of you who listened this week to us talk about nonsense. Special thank you to our friend Patrick Kearns, host of the Big Mouth Small Words podcast, who gave us multiple shout-outs on his Instagram and even had me on yesterday, 2 days ago, to discuss football and the Bruins, and it was one hell of a time. He even surprised me with a shout-out on there, let me talk about the podcast for a few.
That's pretty cool.
And I had no clue that it was coming, and you're not people, you are people, so... Give that a listen. You want to tell them what we're talking about, or do you want me to?
Yeah. I mean, I'll get into it. I mean,
Yeah.
basically, thank you everyone again. I really appreciate it. We posted something the other day. Just thank you to like actually listening to us. That's all we want, and the response was overwhelming as Badge
crazy.
posted. You guys are beautiful. It was amazing to hear from some people that you never expect, and it's really beautiful to see people come and, just say thank you, and we say thank you back. So just thank you.
Yeah, and just say, what you guys are doing is cool and is gonna help a lot of people.
Yeah. It
was nice to hear that. Like, I think that was the best thing that I heard was like, it's gonna do great things.
Yeah.
This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna help so many people. Like, I think that was the coolest thing I heard.
Yeah, because it puts it into that's what we want, right?
That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, and to actually have people come and hit us up and say this is making a difference already, and this is something that's going to make a difference for people, because I could never do that, or you guys are just you're so brave to do that. It was like we just do it. For this is like you said, it's
I don't feel brave doing it, you know what I mean?
No, I don't either. It's natural.
It just comes easy.
It wasn't always easy.
No. I think it's just because it's me and you, and we're so close that it comes easy talking to you and you talking to me, like vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I hope it's easy. It makes it easier for other people to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just really awesome to see. So thank you to everybody who did listen and gave us a chance. And we're always here for you. So with that being said, today's episode, we're going to talk about 2 bands in particular. They're both in the pop punk genre. One is Movements and the other is Knucklepuck. And we'll get into that in just a few seconds. But we're gonna kind of go through their albums that they just dropped, give our opinion on it, rate them, and then kind of just shoot the shit from there. But whatever the hell comes up. I wanted to give a quick shout out to my mother and my grandmother. We're freshly 22 years old. It was their It was their birthdays. So happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mom and Nana.
Yeah, so that was good. Had a good time. Nana went to Foxwoods. Spent lunch with mother, and just I wanted to make sure they're part of my life, and I love them very much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's awesome.
So let's get into it. So if
all right,
anybody who like listens to pop punk or just music in general, if you have the time, definitely go listen to these two bands and give them a check. We're gonna probably go through a couple of songs that we like can put you onto that are probably like top songs. I'd say. What would you?
Yeah, not necessarily on these albums, but
yeah,
definitely.
Sure. I think like it's actually so these two albums and bands. I think that's what's really cool about them. Is a lot of their music is mental health related, which kind of is. It's kind of like
what?
It's kind of like it's kind of crazy that like this is the first like review we're doing because they are so, especially Movements. I know Knucklepuck too, but especially Movements. They're kind of like the dark closeted, like
living with depression.
Yeah. Like you feel it.
Yeah. It's just different. Like it just hits different, as the kids say.
So I mean, real quick, so Movements is a band from Orange County area. I'm not going to pronounce the actual name they're from. They signed with Fearless Records, and their debut album was Feel Something. And that would be the album to start with.
Yeah. That one will make you feel stuff.
Yeah, it's
that's such a good album.
It really is, man.
Oh man, love that album.
So they're kind of like a post-hardcore band. That's kind of like how they're described. If you like,
yeah, I would say so.
And I feel like we could add like emo pop. Oh wow,
whoa,
good. Emo pop punk and like alternative rock to it as well.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
So they formed in 2015.
Yep.
So they're actually kind of like fresh. They're not like
they're like brand new.
Yeah. So so they had, let's see here. They had their new album that we're going to talk about is No Good Left to Give, and that came out this year, which
September.
See, I didn't even know the date. See,
September 18th, 2020.
Damn, you're on
actually both came out the same day. It's crazy.
That's nice.
Yeah, I know.
So, Batch, you want to like, what's your? I mean, we haven't really talked about it. I know we briefly did, but like, so what is your opinion on this album, dude?
Yeah, no, I thought this album was a banger. This album, like, they nailed it, killed it. Like it was just a typical Movements album, man. Like, you go with In My Blood, Don't Give Up Your Ghost, Tunnel Vision, 12 Weeks, Moonlight Lines. Like that's basically the whole album I just listed off right there. Like all those songs are just fucking ridiculous. Like In My Blood is a line that he says several times in it. I feel so fucked, at least I'm feeling. And there's a point in that song where he screams it, and it like legit, like I got chills listening to that.
Yeah, every time I get chills.
Don't Give Up Your Ghost is another one that was just. I mean, that was one of the singles they dropped about being depressed, loving someone with depression.
Yeah, they got a video of that too, right?
Yeah, like knowing the feeling of wanting to give up and everything else. Like it's just typical Movements, man. Like it's just so good. I can't say anything else besides that, but you got to go listen to this album 100%.
Absolutely. Yes. I definitely agree with all that. I mean, the opening In My Blood, like that, literally that rush of emotion that you get.
Yeah, dude.
The goosebumps on your arms. Like there's certain songs that do that. And like this opening to this album is absolutely ridiculous. Just the screaming passion you can feel. And like something about Movements, like for me, I honestly, I'm just going to speak for like Movements itself. I'm going to do it. Fuck it. Movements, if you hate it, I'm sorry. I still love you. But like, dude, his aggressive voice that he does.
Yeah. When he screams.
Yeah.
It's
Movements has this way of when they're kind of mellow, right? With their voice. But like when he screams, and it's not like hardcore, you can understand the scream. He just yells, and it's when you get angry, you can feel the pure emotion. He does it at the right points, and not every song he does it in. He only does it in certain parts. So like you got this song, right? So if people who don't know this band, you got this song that's just kind of like flowing along, and then out of nowhere, he just hits you with that raw, like, I feel so sad. Like, he lets you know right when you like least expect it, but it gives you the chills. I mean, even talking about it, and I know there's certain bands and like artists that do that. This guy does it. This band Movements absolutely kills it with like the screaming and like, and I just think that's super powerful.
Yeah, because I feel like I like that you like explain the screaming, because I feel like people hear screaming and they think like A Day to Remember or I Prevail or
Slayer.
Like, yeah, like
Lamb of God,
like Pierce the Veil, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? That type of like, you're not gonna understand what the fuck the guy is saying, but you just know he's angry about something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that definitely 100% nailed it with that. Like,
and then on like the thing with like this album too, they don't change up Batchy. I didn't see like
nah,
I listened, like I've listened to all their albums and like, dude, this is the same
it's just
movements that you're gonna get,
it's
and that's something that's rare.
right. I know. Normally, as you'll see later, like bands tend to switch shit up, like when they're just getting going, and Movements did not do that. They picked up right where they left off with Feel Something. Like, just awesome.
And like, if like I'm gonna name a couple other bands that they're kind of like related to, just in case somebody out there is like, and these are bands that we're probably gonna, no, we're 100% gonna like review. But Title Fight and Tiger's Jaw is like these two bands. I know they idolize them a lot, so I know that they can get some of their sound from them.
See, I would say like a mix of like Tiger's Jaw and like Citizen and Turnover. Like, I think.
What do you think of what even Basements maybe? I see Citizens for sure, dude.
Yeah, like older Turnover and like Citizen, Basement. Like, just like if those all got together and had like a huge orgy and only one of them got pregnant, Movements would be the baby.
That is, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's it. Like if all four of those bands we just named got together, had a big orgy, and only say like Citizen got pregnant, like, and out pops Movements. Like, there you go.
Hi, Daddy.
Speaking of, that was a sick tour.
Which one? Oh, who was on it? Turnover.
The Story So Far. Well, The Story So Far was headlining it with Turnover, Citizen, and Movements.
Yeah.
Woof.
That's insane. Woof.
That was awesome.
That's insane.
We were there, by the way. Not a big deal.
But who was the other band that opened when we were there?
That was the first time we saw them together.
That was, where was that? The Paradise Rock Club?
Yeah, that was
Wasn't there another band?
That was no the one we saw them in the Palladium was Movements. Citizen, Turnover, The Story So Far.
Because the only song I knew by Movements at that point was Daylily. That's literally it. And I was like, I know this one song. Yeah, I'm gonna sing to it. And I felt like, yeah, I know this band. They're awesome.
Oh, that was so cool.
I mean,
oh my god.
So another thing I want to point out, like, and I'm sure Bash can like agree with me, is like their music is so emotional. Like, it is so emotional. And like, if like those thoughts that you have, like, I'm gonna get into like those thoughts that you have when you're alone in your room, right?
That's this. Like, people want to talk about like My Chemical Romance being emo because they said they're not okay. Like,
right?
Nah, this is different.
This is like
legit. Like,
this is the thoughts your brain has when you're sitting in your room looking at the ceiling, thinking your life is worthless and you don't deserve anything, and you're just having these thoughts in your brain of like, life is out to get me. Like, there are these thoughts that we have we can't even like explain, and this band nails it to a T with their emotions. And like, they always start off, like, for the most part, they'll slam you with like a negative comment, like, is it even worth it? But then they'll twist it with a positive, like, I see the sun. Like, they always end it with a positive.
Dude, their imagery is so crazy too. Like, it's so like weird and just like, like the way he writes lyrics it's wild. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, if you're a lyricist out there and you like love that stuff, check it out. That's another reason to check these guys out.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, I just burped. I'm still drinking Donkeys, by the way, and I'll never stop.
Love it.
So if anyone Christmas is coming, I'll take a $500 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. I'll give you my
in a
address.
week.
I hope not. That's a lot of Boston cream pies and cold brews.
Oh,
It's also a heads up. I kind of want to dig into like the fact, like some of their lyrics. Maybe not necessarily on this album, because this album, like every song on this album, in most of their albums, is strictly about like depression and battling it, or like some type sort of relationship problem. And like everyone like takes it how like perceives it in their own way.
yeah, everyone like that's. I think we've talked about it before. I think Dave Grohl had like one of the sickest quotes I've ever heard when he was talking about playing stadium shows, and he was like, the craziest thing about playing a stadium show is you get to sing your songs to 80,000 people, and they all sing it back for 80,000 different reasons. Like, I think that's just like the perfect interpretation, like, of how people perceive music. Like, I could perceive a song or like a lyric one way, and you could perceive it a totally different way, and like me and you could perceive it this way, and then Stu down the street, like,
it's like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? It's clearly about like being happy in the summer. Like he says summer in the lyrics. Like, oh
yeah, exactly.
Like you're not wrong either. Like you
no,
take it how you
totally
want.
do whatever, man. However you see it, man.
And
yeah,
one of my favorite like lyrics. So my first song I ever heard from them was Daylily, like I mentioned earlier. And like basically like one of the first things he said is like, outside for the first time in a long time, you say you can't remember what it feels like, and then he follows that up with, and you'll be just fine. So like I'll break it down again. Outside for the first time in a long time. So like when you're depressed or you don't go out, this is how I'm taking it, right?
Right.
Like for me, when I'm sad or don't go out, or even if I am going out and I'm coming home from work, but I don't mentally feel like I've even gone out of my comfort zone.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's like you've gone outside again for the first time,
and you can't remember what it feels like. He follows it up with that. So
yeah, and that's why I think with the chorus, the Pink Cloud Summer comes in, because it's like finally you can like see all these colors again, and everything was just like dark and gray.
It's perfect, dude. Exactly. So he's hitting you with the like, oh, I haven't been out in a while. I forget what it feels like. And you're kind of like, yeah, I know that feeling. Like, I called out of work. I'm not feeling myself, or I haven't hung with my friends in a while because like I'm just down and I don't know why. And then when you finally get out there, it's like, oh, I'll be just fine. And like that song Daily, like that's just like the opening of that song. And like the chorus itself, like the Pink Clouds, like you were saying, dude, that song itself is like such a big like mental health awareness song in its own, bro. Like that's why that song latched to me when I heard it the first time. I was like, oh, okay, you talking to me? You're just talking to over here.
Okay.
Like
that's how I took it, man. Like that's how I felt about it when I first heard that song, because that was again the first Movement song I'd heard too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people it was. I mean that the video itself was pretty sick too. But I mean another song like that on this new album I'll go to, because I know we're trying to break down this like album, but I know we're kind of just going into Movements itself. So fuck it, even if that's the case.
That's fine.
This is Movements, bitch. So another song that I really like off one of their like EPs is Losing Fight. I don't know if you like that song. Is like it's so like so like slow, but it's so
I meant to say like is sick and slaps into one thing, so I couldn't decide, so I said it slicks.
This podcast is brought to you by Slips. I'm not sure what the product is, but Batch sold it.
Yeah, I did.
So this song Losing Fight, it's kind of so the two completely different type of like albums. The lyrics are the same, but the sound is a little different. Like most of that EP is kind of a little harder.
I was just gonna say that this one goes hard.
Like, yeah, and like so I just wanted to break down this lyric. This is one of the lyrics he says in it. It says, "Determine I'm depressed. Prescribe and wish me best. As if I didn't know I'm a fucking mess." One more time, ready? Determine I'm depressed. Prescribe me and wish me best. As if I didn't know I'm a fucking mess. So he's being prescribed let's just say I'm determining that I'm depressed. Now I'm being prescribed these pills. And yeah, no shit, I'm fucking depressed. But now every day I have to be reminded because I have to take these fucking pills. And like, that hit me hard because like, when I was young, I used to take like, no exaggeration, like 9 or 10 pills every single fucking day. I started going to see a therapist when I was like 9 years old. When I was when around 9 years old or so, when 9/11 happened, it scarred me because all I knew, I was at school, was that my mother worked in the city in a really tall building, and my brain didn't like understand that like this was in New York, it's completely different. But for all I knew is my mom was dead, and I went home crying on the school bus. And I got home, my mom was in the kitchen, and I just hugged her, and from there, that is where my OCD started, and my mental health started taking a toll. And I know everyone has their 9/11 story, and for me, that was mine. And that's kind of like, honestly, that, from what I remember, that's where my mental health took its toll. And ever since then, at age 10, let's say a year later, I started seeing therapists because I wouldn't leave my room. I was afraid of, if I didn't touch the wall 2 times or something, I would, bad things would happen to my mom, because it was fear-based. My OCD is all fear-based. And I know I'm ranting about it, but it's important.
It's all good, man.
Because it goes into the music. And so it's all fear-based. And everything, for some reason, made sense to me that if I like pet the dog 6 times or wash my hands 3 times, everything would be okay. Mom would be okay. I'd be safe, and it would be okay. But then it started getting worse. It was wash your hands 18 times, didn't feel right. 20 times, you have to get in bed 6 times. Oh, that didn't feel right. Keep going. And then the OCD spiraled into, depression, because now I'm sad that I have to do these things like 6 fucking times, dude. That's fucking hard. Now I'm mad at myself, and I can't control this emotion. And why can't I just do this? So my mother decided, hey, like, let's see a therapist. And I ended up taking some medication for it. And the medication ended up taking me down even worse rabbit hole, because it just made me feel like a zombie, and I absolutely hated it. But I wasn't like, anybody who knew me when I took it was like, that's not Steve. Steve's a hyper dude. And he's not hyper anymore. He's not running around the house 6 times. My mother would always say, Steve, get outside. You run around the house 6 times. Don't come back till you're ready. And so I'd come home and I'd be exhausted, dude. And back to like the song, like it says, determine I'm depressed, prescribe and wish me the best, as if I didn't know I was a fucking mess. So when I became a teenager, I looked at these pills differently. I was like, this isn't me. I'm a zombie. I'm not like hanging with my friends. And if I am, it's boring, because I'm just like sitting there drooling, and this isn't cool. And that hit me because it was like, wow, no shit. These pills I have to take every day made me a mess. So that just really hit home. And then the next lyric he said is, or later on in the song, he says is, but I give up on trying to hide, because they're the only things by my side. So now he's relying on it. Now, so like me, I'm relying on these pills.
Right.
And so another lyric in that song hit. So this song really hit home for me. And then he ends the song with I am not all right, but he fucking screams it, man. And I can't tell you, bro, me and a million other people, how many times when you're not feeling good and you get to that point, you just start screaming, whether it's in your head or you actually physically do it. I'm not fucking all right. Dude, he hits it on the head, man. This song, Losing Fight, is to me about him losing the fight with himself, because he's going through mental health problems and he's stuck with these medications that make him feel like he can't control his own thoughts, and he's fucking sick of it. So I know I went down that rabbit hole.
No, it's all good, man. That's what this is for, bro.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So this band, like, that's just one fucking song on this one band, dude. And it got me going.
Yeah, man. No, dude, this is what it's gonna be. Like, this is one band that we've touched on. Like, wait till Knucklepuck, right? And then wait until we break down Belmont, and then wait until
don't even get into the story so far. That's gonna be like 7 episodes. Like, no one understands, bro.
A fucking doozy, because that band has. We're gonna get into it.
You remember the passion that I had for Blink, anybody who knows me, and then the passion that Nick has for Green Day? Dude, the story so far, forget about it.
Like that, but it's both of us, so it like we like feed off.
We're fucking adults, dude. And I feel like we understand music a little more than shit, piss, and like, like hey, like hey ho, let's go. Like
that was the Ramones, not Green Day, but
oh man. Listen, bud. That was so disappointing, but it's okay.
You're off the pod. Get out.
I'm gonna leave. See you later.
If you're on Pop Punk Kids on Facebook, I'm looking for a new co-host.
I don't want to be a
on
part
the
of this.
Empty Space podcast. Steven sucks and doesn't know the difference between Green Day and the Ramones.
Sometimes I wash my armpits in the sink.
He does. I've seen it.
I think I just swallowed ice. So yeah. Back to movements, I guess.
Yeah, we're off the rails.
We're off the rails. So, anyways, dude, I mean, I love movements. They're super. All their lyrics. I mean, I broke down a couple lyrics. They're super awesome. They literally hit it on the head. If you're feeling any sort of way about like yourself sad or happy, or you have like a relationship problem, there's a lot of songs that they can really hit on the head, and their music is really soothing.
Like Tunnel Vision.
Oh, we didn't even Tunnel Vision on that. Ooh,
like
yeah.
Send my illness into the trenches. Desperate to end this. Tunnel Vision. Stuff in my own submission. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, dude. They just nail it, dude. They just absolutely get it. Sometimes I want, like, this is all 12 weeks. Sometimes I wonder if I die, would you live a better life? Come on.
What? That's like all we talked about last podcast.
Like, fuck, are you kidding me? Oh my god, I'm just trying to look at what else I had written down here. Like, just oh my god, I'd break all my fingers just to point them all at me. Like, it's just, dude, it's just they just nail it because they definitely like. You can't like fake. I mean, like lyrics like that, you can't fake those. You know what I mean?
They're honest, dude.
Like you can write like anyone could write like a cliche pop punk album. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But
MJK,
like this is not that. Like this is real. This is like legit. Like they go through this because I know because I've felt that. And like in the lyric, "Don't give up your ghost." I know we've both been here because it says that. I've been there before, sitting on the floor with a sharp idea in my head. How many times have you felt like that? Just sit and think about that. You know what I mean? Like they just nail it, dude. They just get it. So, yeah, people, if you haven't for some reason checked out Movements, go check out Movements.
What would you give the album a rating out of 10?
An 8.
Even 8?
Even 8. 8 out of 10.
I'm with you. I'd say like if I had to do like a bar stool, I do like a 8 point.
One song, everyone knows the rules.
I do like a 8.3.
Yeah, this is definitely.
They're consistent, man. They're consistent, and yeah, I love it, man.
Like, what would we say a 10 out of 10 would be? Like, just for comparison, like
that's tough.
Dookie, Enema of the State, those are 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, you know what? You got to give it. Yeah,
like those albums are 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Feel Something would have been a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Close, probably. Yeah.
I mean, for them, yeah, it'd be close to. Yeah. I mean,
but like, if we give something like an 8 out of 10, doesn't mean we hate the album. It just means that
that's a fucking fair score, bud.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking legit. But like, the other thing about like a 10 out of 10 album would probably be Dookie, Enema of the State, something like that. So you got to put it up on that pedestal for it to be 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, check them out.
8 out of 10. Listen to Movements.
8.3, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6. I don't know where I'm going, but I just got excited.
Fuck, dude. No more coffee for this guy.
I literally can't drink it. It's all gone, bro. It's all gone.
Like if you're feeling depressed and need something to listen to, want to feel like you're not alone, got sick of listening to us, so you shut it off, said fuck these guys, just go listen to Movements.
They'll make you feel like someone's right like next to you, and
they'll make you feel like someone gets it. 100%.
Yeah. So I guess we can move on from movements because you can't really say much more than that. We could break down every single song, and there's we wouldn't have time for anything else. I mean,
no.
So I mean, yeah, I mean we'll get into knucklepuck in a minute, but
yeah,
I guess I just want to ask you, Batchy. I mean, we talked like maybe once or twice for a couple minutes before this. It's been like a week, maybe like 2 weeks before we recorded our last one. How is fucking life going for you, bud?
Oh, just fucking. It's all right, dude. Just fucking working, trying to make that money so we can make this podcast even better. Just working a ton, basically. Yeah. Hanging out with you, fucking.
Yeah,
hanging out with my girl.
Get to play hockey.
Yeah. You want to go down that road? We'll go down that road then. Okay.
We could just
those of you who live in Mass,
R.I.P. hockey.
Ugh.
Thank you.
Charlie fucking Baker. If you don't live in Mass and you play hockey, please lace them up for me and Steve.
Yeah, score a goal or fall like I probably would anyways.
Yeah, just please for us because that's an escape for me and him, and now it's ripped away from us yet again. So yeah, that kind of sucks, man.
It does suck. It's a heavy hit. Man.
Yeah,
that's like something that like gets a lot of our.
Besides music, like that's our thing, man. Like that's where we go to escape life for an hour, and now we don't have that anymore.
No, for now. I mean, they said 2 weeks. We're following New Hampshire. New Hampshire did it like a week ago or so. They closed down. They said 2 weeks, and then if the cases go down, blah blah blah, they'll open it up. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with COVID. Everything seems to be getting more strict and strict. But hockey for us is like one of the biggest releases that we can have. Like Batch said, close to music. Like it's just so like it's like. I mean, if you play it, you just know. It's just a feeling, and like
it's not even playing just like if you play sport, like you go out and play soccer, and you love soccer or like you love football, like you forget about everything for however long you're doing that, and that's what hockey is to us, and that's what music is to us too. We can turn the brain off and just
literally just turn the brain off. Like that's like super important, man.
Yeah, and just forget about life for a little bit and
the conversations after or before, like
yeah, hanging with the lads after and stuff, and oh man,
just it's gonna be all right. I mean, that we'll focus more on the podcast and stuff like that, and we can
just
do our thing, and
maybe we'll do 2 episodes a week.
Yeah,
I mean, no hockey. I mean, fuck it.
If it feels right, let's do it. I mean, that's kind of what we're going with. But
also, we should mention this now to the folks that they should for next episode because we don't have anything planned. Correct? We don't have anything planned.
Oh shit! Wait, what are we doing?
You want to have people DM us? Huh?
What are we doing?
Do you want to have people DM us? Oh, sweet Lord.
I'm lost track.
Do you want to have people DM us a band that we should break down?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome.
It's got to be a pop punk band. I don't want like fucking Slayer or fucking Megadeth on my.
How about DMs. Eminem, dude? I love Eminem, man.
Oh,
can we do Eminem, please?
Sake. And if any of you, I
love 8 Mile.
Go ahead.
Bro. It's actually a great movie.
Go ahead, hit us with an MGK breakdown. Go ahead, I dare you. You'll love it. Hit us with an MGK breakdown.
Go ahead. Batch, just calm down. Hit the brakes, buddy.
Just go ahead.
No, that's cool. We gotta simmer down. You got it.
Shh,
it's okay. No, for all you don't know, Batch has a heavy heart for MGK, and if we get into it, I'm not gonna get him back. I'm literally just gonna walk away, and it'll be 5 hours.
Rails.
Yeah, it's gone. See you later.
Anyhow, yeah, if you guys wanna, we'll put a post up and stuff a couple times, like reminding people. And if not, we'll just pick one.
If I don't know the band, I don't care. I'll check.
Yeah, well, we don't have to know them, but we'll go through their entire discography. Me and Steve will listen to it all week long, write down some shit, break it down for you. So,
yeah. I'm ready for that too. That'll be
hell yeah.
That'll be good. I mean, yeah, send us any bands that you really like.
We'll get to them.
Yeah, we'll get to them. Even if they aren't pop punk related or anything like that, just send it to us. I mean, who knows, dude? We could throw in a quick segment there for like whatever, like hip hop. Doesn't matter. We could throw it in there for like 5-10 minutes. I love all music, literally all music. Like I'm obsessed with pop punk and like punk rock. Like, I mean, I'm a huge I'm huge into like Black Flag and Rancid and all those guys back in the day. So like we'll get into that too. So and then I know that's not pop punk at all. That's just like straight punk. And Rancid's not like they got their own genre in my opinion. Like, so I mean, if you got a band, just send it our way. We'll listen to it and we'll see what's up. And even hit us up again. Hit us up if you just want to talk about or come on here about anything that's going on. And like I know we got a couple people coming on at some point, and maybe we can get to those while we don't have hockey either. So that'll be cool. And yeah, so I mean, so I guess we'll get into knucklepuck.
Yeah, might as well.
If you want. Yeah, I mean, that's the next one. We're doing these
suppose.
two. Yeah, I think we're both on the same page for that one, honestly. It's kind of it's kind of disappointing, man.
Yeah, it was like this was the one that I was like, I was so excited for this record. Like I was so amped up for this record, and it just didn't. It just missed the mark.
Definitely
not so much lyrically or really musically, but just vocally. Like it just wasn't. It wasn't a knucklepuck record. Like it just didn't have the raspy, normal Joe voice we're used to hearing. And
it's like grungy, rough, scratchy. It was like he had that voice, man. But I have to say, like, so I know like bands change and I know they go different directions and stuff. Like I know a lot of bands will like change up completely. Some can be like record label, like they want them to keep a certain sound, or maybe they just want to change up as a band. But like, you just get that high expectation for a band.
Yeah.
That's how we were for this band, Knucklepuck, because they've been around since 2010 and their shit is like, it's just grungy in your face. Like
punches you in the mouth. Like it's just good.
Yeah. And like to come out, they kind of came off. Yeah, exactly. And they kind of came off a little soft in the sense like they're just quieter, but I don't know. We don't even know. Maybe Joe had like a vocal problem, dude, for all we know. Like he could have been like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore.
Because if you remember, I think it was probably 4, maybe 5 years ago when not the Stories. What the fuck am I talking about? Sleeping with Sirens. Remember when they came out with that record that just did not sound like a Sleeping with Sirens record?
Yeah.
And I think that because the last one they just came out with was ridiculous. We'll break that down at some point. But that album is sick. And I think that was the problem. I think he had a vocal issue where he had to take a little breather. And it could be the same thing, or it could just be that Knucklepuck's doing this now.
Yeah, they could be throwing a neck deep, or like a not as extreme, but like a Blink, like just completely changing like their sound, like vocally, like.
Yeah.
I know Blink's extreme, dude. I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I
know.
You go from like Cheshire Cat Buddha to Enema State. Even that was a completely different sound. This is just they're completely different sound. I'd still check them out. They're
it's still a good album. It's not a bad album.
Dude, my favorite is like their EPs are honestly better than the album. In my opinion, dude, their EPs
are
the EPs so slam. Fucking sick.
Slam.
The Weight That You Buried is my favorite EP by far.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever, man.
Yeah, that one's up there. Just because
oh my God.
Dude, nothing will ever beat me. Going to see anyone who has seen Knucklepuck live knows exactly what I'm about to talk about. Have you seen Knucklepuck?
Yes, Warped Tour. I met them.
Okay. When Knucklepuck came on this time, they were at, I forget where they were, the Paradise or something, I believe. But the place went completely dark. And then it was, all you hear is, "Where's your respect?" And the place goes nuts. And it's just, and didn't your father teach you anything before you left? And it is just chaos after that. Like, To me, that is the best knucklepuck song ever. No good, cannot be topped. Like,
bro, I'm more than 100% with you. That song, the title "No Good,"
I
that
have
in
that
the
tattooed on me.
yeah, that's right.
I'm no good, you're no better.
That's
Like,
yeah,
everyone who listens to knucklepuck is going to
yeah.
know what we're talking about right now. Like, that raspy, just where's your respect? Like, oh, dude, come on.
I remember I got that EP in Warped Tour, like 2013 or 2014, something around there. And I was at
Such a
Warped
good
Tour,
EP.
and I got it. I got to meet them. I got the EP. I got my Subaru Outback, and I put that thing on for, dude, I don't know how many weeks straight, and it was just like the sickest EP ever. And like, I love when you get an album or a band, like a EP or an album, regardless, just music, and you just listen to the same freaking album over and over and over for weeks, so you literally have to get sick of it. That's how you know it's a good album.
But yeah, because that's how you actually introduced me to knucklepuck. If
Was it
you
in the
don't,
car,
yep,
dude? Yeah,
with that EP,
yeah, man. Does
with
that
that EP.
I had that because every time I go to Warped Tour, I'm a hoarder of stickers and anything free, and I literally took everything. But then I got that EP for like, dude, I think I got it for like $5. Like, when
Yeah,
they're just selling, yeah,
probably.
it was like they were nobody, like $5, put it in the car, and I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And then
I
yeah, we probably
I
just
got
drove around one day.
I got it on vinyl for like $12.
That's so sick.
I love that record,
And
EP,
like,
whatever you want to call it.
yeah, and like, so like that EP, and then you listen to, like Copacetic and
Oh,
Shapeshifter,
sweet Lord.
and then you get into their new album 2020 that came out in 2020. It's just
Yeah,
like
you're gonna be
complete.
like, what?
Yeah,
This is the same band?
yeah.
Like,
I honestly didn't even have like a favorite song.
I
The
had,
RSVP.
yeah,
Like,
I like that, and I liked Breathe with
oh yeah,
Derek from Mayday Parade. I thought that was
called
awesome.
him Danny earlier. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I mean, man, there's not. I don't know. They kind of feel like they're going the neck deep route. They kind of feel like they're going radio. I don't know what you feel about that.
I 100% agree with you. Like, I can't, like, I feel bad like doing this, but like
Yeah.
lyrically it's a little different. Like, some songs still have that like knucklepuck feel to it, but it's just the vocals are just not there like at all.
Yeah. I think that they're going a different route, which is great. I'm happy for them. I think that's awesome if that's what they want to do, which clearly it is. Good for
Yeah.
them, man. I mean, that's just. I mean, I'll probably slowly fade out. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about them, honestly. With the new album, the only other thing I would say is like check out their EP first.
You gotta check out like old school knucklepuck if you really want to feel for like who knucklepuck is. Like,
Definitely.
you know what I mean? Like, 2020 is not the record to start with. Like, you gotta
No, don't do
be
that. Don't do that.
no, definitely start with like The Weight That You Buried or Copacetic.
Yeah.
Well, While I Stay Secluded is a great fucking EP too, though.
Yeah, that's the second best right there.
Yeah. I
I don't
don't
know why.
know.
Maybe it's more like garage band sounding, like straight like out of their garage, and I'm like so into like the punk side of like just grungy, like it sounds like it's not in a studio style. That kicks
Yeah.
to me more. I mean, the lyrics are literally the same in like Copacetic and Shapeshifter. Like they're pretty
Oh yeah.
much the same. I mean, even in 2020, they're okay. They're just a little more. I don't know. What would you say? Like what easier? I don't know. Like
Softer,
simpler. Yeah.
sappy, soft. Like,
Dude, you know how they got their name? They got their name from Stick to Your Guns, the band.
oh
They were
yeah, dude.
selling T-shirts that say KP Crew, like Knuckle Puck Crew. That's how they got their name, dude. That's pretty
That's
crazy.
sick. That's sick.
I
I
wonder if
love
they ever
that.
like came up to them and were like, "Hey, bro, like, give me some money."
I feel bad that we just like basically said that
Shit
album
on.
was yeah,
Hey, man, I mean, okay. Again, what would you
because
give Knuckle Puck 2020, the album, nothing else but this last album they dropped? What would you rate it?
6.5 out of 10.
Dude, I'm going lower, bro.
Lower? Fuck.
I'm going lower. I'm a piece of
Harsh,
shit,
man.
bro.
Harsh,
I don't
dude.
care, bro. I'm giving it like a 4, an
Those
easy
are the
4.
lads.
They're the lads, bro. But the lads sometimes those are the lads. The lads disappointed your sailor over here, man.
They
I was
did,
looking for
man.
like a rough rock and ride on the ocean there, and I got a nice, smooth, calm, collective album. And I wasn't, just wasn't. I wanted
No,
that roughness, man.
I hear you.
I give it a 4. I really
I
do.
agree.
I want better, but that's just me. I know a lot of people probably fuck with it and really enjoy it, and that's great.
No, that's them, man. That they can do whatever they want. Like,
Yeah,
so yeah, that's knucklepuck.
that's knucklepuck. Check him out. Give him a glimpsey, poo. Anything else you want to talk about, dude? You want to get
I don't
into
know,
some
man.
other stuff before we end
Yeah,
this thing?
let's talk about your life for a little bit. We asked about mine, and then we never get into yours. Like, how's things
Well,
for
I kind
you?
of cut you off on your life too, because I
No, it's
said
all
hockey,
good.
and you were like, "Oh, you had to do it. You
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
yeah.
do it, Stevie."
So, how are things in your life, my dude?
My life is great, dude. I'm
My
fucking
guy.
blessed. I'm
Hell yeah.
fucking blessed. I'm just very happy to be here and to be doing things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I work hard at work. I come home, I get to relax. I get to do the things I love. I get to see my family every day. That's something that like took for granted growing up. And I think it's great to be able to, see I just moved back home. So haven't been home
Right.
in like 8 years. So it's kind of cool to see my mother, my sister, and most importantly, my grandmother, because she's
Man,
getting up there in age and her dementia is kicked in. And that's something that's been pretty.
yeah, dude. My I didn't want to talk about it, but my grandmother just died last week because of that. Well, not because of that, but she was 94 and she had dementia, so I know how much that sucks, dude. Like that's a tough one to sit and like watch and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like be around for and just watch that deterioration happen. It's that's a kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey man, it's there's nothing we can do, and I know I said it before, but I fucking love you, bro. And my
Hell yeah, man.
condolences to you and your whole family.
Thank you, brother.
Um I don't know what that feels like. And yeah, man. Yeah, I am. I'm going through it now with the dementia, and it is tough. It's just hard, She thinks I'm
Yeah.
her son some days. She'll tell me like she'll get mad at me and she'll say the same things over and over, and you can't take it personally, and you can't get mad and say you already said that. Don't you
No,
remember?
yeah.
Like you can't do those things. You have to.
No, because that just makes it worse, dude.
Does, and that's just gonna upset them. Just and I just when she says like, "Oh, I remember taking you ice hockey skating in West Roxbury at 6 a.m. and freezing my ass off," and I'm like, "Oh yes, yes, back in 1962, I was loving life, but I'm in my 20s and it's okay." But it's you make the best of it, and you just have to kind of just make her feel good, smile, laugh,
Yeah.
put the same Harry Potter show on 17,000 times in a row. And then when you ask her
Yeah.
what she's watching and she says, I don't know, you just go, all right, cool. Me neither. Let's watch Price is Right. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
just,
yeah.
just enjoy the time I can. And that's it, man.
That's all
I
you
just,
can do, dude.
I think it's beautiful that I still have her in my life. And fuck, I'm living with her again. This is awesome. My grandma's lived with me
Yeah,
my whole
man.
life. Ever since I've been alive, she's lived with me. There hasn't been a
That
point.
is
She's my
cool, dude.
second mother. Like, this lady means more to me than I will ever understand, and she means as just as much as like my mother. Like, there's like I know a lot of people have,
She is
you know,
basically your
she
second
do she
mother,
is
dude.
she is my mother, dude. When it's Mother's Day, she gets a card. It doesn't say
Yeah,
grandma, it says mother. Like she raised me, man. She's the best, and it is tough,
she
but
is.
it's good, man. She just actually visited her daughter, and they went to Foxwoods, and that was good. She lost all her money, came home, and she's back home now, and everything's all right, dude. Like I said, I get to do this podcast with you, which is super fun. I got one
Yeah.
last hockey game in last night. We lost, but it was fun with the boys. New team, the Whalers. We switched over from the Shark to the Whalers, so it's pretty cool. Our jerseys are the old school Whaler logo, which is
That's sick.
pretty sick. Yeah, man. I'm just grateful to be here, and
Saying, dude.
I'm happy. Some days are harder and some days are easier, but I'm happy right now.
Right, man. That's all it is. Like, I'm just so, like you said, man, I'm just so happy and grateful to be here and be like doing this podcast with you, like, and helping other people, as well as like reviewing, shitty, whiny emo music.
Yeah, exactly, man.
As the cool kids call it.
As the cool kids call it, the kids that understand.
Yeah, shitty, whiny emo music.
Yeah, that's basically what I've got my whole life. I mean, dude,
Same,
people
dude.
are gonna have their own opinions on whatever you do in life, and you just got to continue to stride through and just not listen to them. You got to live your life.
Totally fine. Like, that's cool. They want to listen to like songs about tractors and drinking beer and fixing their pick 'em up trucks and whatnot. That's cool. Do you? I've never shit on you for doing that. Don't shit on me for listening to shitty emo music. All right.
That's it, man. That's it. There's just negative people out there, and if you are surrounded by negative people, if you're surrounded by every time you see this person, your energy goes from happy to immediately scared or sad. Dude,
Angry.
get
Like,
angry. Get out of that situation soon, because those people are just gonna give you the
They
wrong.
just bring you down. That's all they do.
No need for that. So you got to get out of that situation. No matter if it's work, you got to do something about it, man. You don't want to live your life like that. If it's where you live, you got to do something about it. If it's just the people you surround yourself with, you just get out of it. There's no point to surround yourself, because then you're going to bring yourself back down. So I want to just say, like, check your surroundings, and when you're sad, just take an overlook and like really look at like what you surround yourself with. Because if all you're doing is playing video games, hanging out with the same 5 people that every time you hang with them are just bitching about how shitty their lives are and they want nothing to do with progression, then why would you think you're not going to get any better? Why do you think your depression's not getting any better? It may be a part of it, but that's a big part. You're constantly surrounding yourself with that. You go to work and your boss is terrible, or you're not doing the job you want to do. You get out of there. Just get another job. It doesn't matter. Like, money is not worth like your mental health if it's causing that much of an issue. And I just wanted to throw that out there, because I know a lot of people, you can really focus on yourself, but you also have to look at what's around you, because what's around you is going to take a big part of who you are and what you put out there in the earth.
Yep. No, I agree 100%.
I
mean, if you hang out with negativity, all you're going to get is negativity. That's all. If you have a negative mindset and you hang out with people, well, I shouldn't even say that. Back it up. If you're depressed, you're depressed, so your mindset's negative, correct?
Yeah.
You have a negative mindset.
Let's go with that. Yep, absolutely.
Right. And you go and hang out with 6 people who also have a negative mindset. They might not be depressed, but they bitch and complain about how much they hate their lives, or they hate their girlfriends, or they hate this and they hate that, and everything. Everything's negative. For however long you hang out with these people, when you finally get away from them, you're carrying all that extra negativity that they just put on you, on top of your own. So
yeah, that's not even including like your own issues that you're going on, battling yourself, the hate between yourself or your family,
you're
like whatever.
Surrounding yourself all day long, 24/7, 365 with negativity, and then you sit and wonder why it doesn't get any better. That's why it doesn't get any better.
Take a look around you.
That's it.
I think that's yeah, man. That's just another point that I feel like we needed to mention, just because of the fact that you focus on a lot of like internal, like, what did I do? What can I do about myself? What am I doing to myself? Maybe it's not all just you. Maybe it's what like is around you, and that's not mean you're doing something wrong. It just means that you're learning. And like I've mentioned before, like all we're literally doing is learning how to be ourselves, and that's it. Every day we're learning a little bit better, and take that experience as learning. Don't beat yourself up. Don't sit there for all night and tell yourself like, oh, I should have done this, I could have done this, why didn't I do this? Those words are get them out of there. Just, all right, what did I learn from this experience, and what can I do next time? All right, don't react like this, etc., etc.
And we're not saying that all of your friends are shitty friends and they all like hate you and they're all negative people, but like we're just saying, like, if you're looking at it and you want to make a change, you have to look at everything. Look at your job, look at where you're living, look at your friends, look at who your friends are, and like take a good hard look at it. Like, it'll take a while. I'm not saying do it in one day, right? Like, take a month and just like look at it from an outsider's perspective and see it from someone else's point of view. Because I've had to do that. I mean, Steve's seen it, where I've had to sit and look at people I thought were good friends, and they weren't. So it took a while, but I eventually made the change, and I've distanced myself from those people.
Because guess what, man? This is your life. This is no one else's life but yours.
It's yours.
Like, I had a boss one time, a bunch of times. I worked a bunch of places, but I had a boss one time that was addicted to cocaine for sure, and he was big into drinking. Let's just say it that way. And he would come into work trash, and he would just talk all this smack to me, and it wasn't even like, I could just tell he didn't like. It was deeper than him. He didn't just hate me. There was no real hate. He just had those problems. But I kept going to work, and I kept being okay with being yelled at and sworn at and told I was useless and that stuff. And like, I just got out of there, man. And I know like you have to pay the bills, and you have to have a job, but just, be smart about it. Get something else lined up in the meantime, and just go with it. But again, just your surrounding is important too.
Yeah,
That's all.
And those people. Obviously, about my drinking and drug problems.
Yeah.
With like the coke and boozing. But like, those people weren't, like, Steve was actively like, you have a bit of an issue, pal. Like,
just I remember. Being honest.
No, I mean, like, no one was like, you didn't do it in like you're an alcoholic. Like, you know what I mean? You didn't come at me like
kind
that.
Of aggressive.
Yeah, you
what the fuck's wrong with you? Why are you doing this shit?
Yeah, and it was like you, and then like Cody and his wife, and like kind of came at me, and they were like, "Look at you, like it's a Wednesday, and you're fucking legless for no reason." Like, and then I'd be doing key bumps on the way to work so I could get to work, and like I needed to, and some of the people I was hanging out with at the time weren't, they were fine with it because I was a good time. Like, I was doing the stupid shit, and like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
I was like,
I haven't experienced that. I haven't done any like.
No, but you remember
like that. But I remember when you went through all that shit, dude. Those were tough days, man. Those were lots of calls every week, every day almost. Meeting up when I could.
There's a lot going on. Like 3 years ago, like it was just crazy. But we'll get into like that in detail, I guess, another time.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
We don't gotta
go. But yeah,
down there,
I've been sober now for probably, I don't know, a while. I don't know exactly how long, because I've like had a couple beers here and there, so I don't want to say like been sober for like 3 years or anything like that. But
dude, you got your head on, man. You got your head on straight. Like, your feet are in front of you. You're still going, bro.
I am not, like, I haven't had any alcohol in at least a year. I know that.
Fucking proud of you.
More. So like, yeah, and it took a long ass time for me to get to that, like a long time of drinking and doing drugs. And like Steve remembers, probably in New Hampshire, we were at that house that week.
Bazooka!
Like, I was.
Where do I park?
Yeah.
That is a Russian chick that came over. It was a very weird experience, and we ran away.
Life-changing. Life-changing.
I mean, straight Russian, okay?
Yeah.
Off the boat, like, yeah.
But no, that whole, like, drinking and stuff was all connected to my mental health. And then, like, I would talk to Steve about how I was feeling and like the stuff that was going on, and I would relate in music. And then I would go to talk to other people that I thought were friends that I was as close with as I was with Steve, and they would just tell me to get over it and have another beer. And
why are you always sad, dude?
yeah,
Why are you always sad, man?
why are you suicidal,
You're such a
dude? Like,
pussy.
yeah, like get over it. Like chicks don't like when you say that
What do you
shit.
want,
Like,
attention?
yeah, basically, like, dude, 100% all the shit that I heard. And like like, dude, like it had a serious effect on me, and you know that, like, because I've really only told you. But like, I, I tried to off myself, like, because of that shit. Like, because I didn't like when when you're in that, you know, that was one time I had. But like when you're in that mindset, dude, all you feel like is a burden to people. That's why you don't reach out to anybody. That's why you don't. So like I was trying to kind of like do the right thing, like you had told me, like reaching out and talking to people and shit. And the people that I thought were like gave a shit clearly didn't. So I was like, well, if they don't give a fuck, who else does? And that was just my mindset. Thank God, like nothing came of it. Like I didn't go through with it all the way, but you know, that's part of my story. So I'm just gonna, you know, yeah.
Bro, I think that's beautiful, bro. I think that you were able
It's
to
just an
you've
example
never,
of like, getting away from that before it gets to that point. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that's what I'm trying to get at. Long story short, like that's what I'm trying to get at is like, don't let those people bring you to that point. Like if they're gonna sit there and tell you those things and act like that when you're trying to reach out to them for help, like you need to, like, I don't know, call a medical professional.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that I don't mean that in like a dickhead way. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, it's an honest way. And I
Like I'm
think,
saying, like if you don't feel like there's anyone that you can talk to, like you don't have a Steve, you don't have someone like Steve has me, or like if all of your friends, quote unquote friends, are gonna tell you to just get over it and like stop being a bitch and like all that shit, like seriously, just call a medical professional and talk to them. Call the suicide prevention hotline.
100%.
Like someone like that, they'll listen to you, they'll talk to you. Call fucking DM me and Steve because we'll talk. We'll
Do it.
listen to you. Like in this that I mean that. Like 100%. I mean that.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So that's that, man.
But dude, I just want to say I think that, and this is a real thing. This is what we do on the phone. We talk, right?
Yep.
And this is what we're doing. The podcast isn't like put out to be like sketched a certain way. And like Batch has never said that out loud to people. He said, I know that for a fact. I'm going to speak for you. Is that right?
Yeah, no, it's
That-
yeah. I've
okay,
told
so
you and that's it.
yeah, so okay, so I just want to say like that is real. That is as real as it gets when it comes to this, because this is what it's all about. Is Batch doesn't even like I'm very open and like go off about like on rants, and when I get into something I talk really fast. And I feel like Batch is like it that took a lot for him to say, and again I'm speaking for you, and I know
Yeah,
like
no, it's all good. Go
I
ahead.
know it's right, but like I just want to say like that's some real shit, because like that's a feeling a lot of people feel, and I know that when you feel like you're surrounded by people that don't care about you, and when you are surrounded by people that don't care about you, that doesn't make the situation any better. And I know feeling like that myself, it's not easy to just say that, because it can feel a million different ways, and it almost like you feel weak, and like
Yeah.
that's the stigma of feeling weak, and that's like that feeling when you get to that point of suicide or those suicidal thoughts. That's a
Right.
feeling of weakness. That's how you feel. It's not true.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
It's not true at all. It's a stick. It's literally this like this feeling that we get, but there's no one can tell you that, and you can't even tell yourself that, but you continue to, I'm weak. There's no point for me to be around. It'll be better because I won't have to deal with it. It's not true. You have to get through it, and the fact that you got through it, dude, is like super empowering, and I'm so happy I was there for you. And like,
hell yeah,
I didn't even know half of this shit. How am I knew he was sad. I know you were upset. I knew shit was going down. You looked like a fucking wreck. You were chain smoking like 2 packs a fucking day, if not more. Meeting up with you, and you're crying. You're upset. It's like, dude, like, I know my friends are not okay, so I'm gonna hit him up every single day. And if your friends don't want to hit you up every single fucking day when you're sad or you're upset, and it's like you're an inconvenience, he's always sad, then those aren't true friends. I don't care. I'm gonna be blunt about it. Those aren't fucking true friends. I have the highest respect, and my friends are going to be the people that are there for me always. They're not going to bitch about the fact that, oh, I have to check on him. Like, that should be normal. That's what the word should be. It should be normal to check on your friends if they're not okay. If you haven't heard from them in a while, fucking check on them. It shouldn't be, wow, this kid's always sad, I don't want to deal with it. Or, you know what?
yeah.
That's your friend. If you want to have
Like,
that friend, cool.
and
If you
then
don't, then beat it.
those fucking people, the same fucking people that tell you that shit, are the same stupid motherfuckers that when fucking celebrity XYZ kills themselves, which is terrible, don't get me wrong, but they're the first ones posting about mental health. The first fucking motherfuckers sitting there posting are the ones that basically told you weren't worth dick with their actions. They're the first ones posting, oh, if anyone needs help, call me. No, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Don't fucking call those people. Don't fucking listen to those fucking fake fucks. And if you're listening, you know who the fuck you are.
That is right. That is right. I just hope I hope in my mind that the people that do look at it as kind of like a gimmick or a trend or something, that I hope that they learn, and I hope, and maybe it does take a celebrity for them, as like sad as that is, for them to be like, wow, suicide is, or mental health is really like, is a thing, dude. It's a disease. And like, I hope that one celebrity can change their mind. And you
Right.
know, it is it gonna, probably not. They're probably not. But if it does, I try to look at it like that. And but it's hard when you have those people saying all that stuff. But when you're texting them, hey, can you talk? And they say, you know, no, or when they do, they just tell you to get over it. That doesn't leave much for you to think that they're gonna help you at all in the future or anybody else. But that doesn't mean people can't change. And I believe that all humans can change and they can be better.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean, that's just who we are. We can hopefully get better, you know. I just I just I hate that we can't, you know, some people can't see the pain, and that's not something that we can show, you know. We can't show that. I go to work, I'm a very much just, I'm always happy. If you know me, I'm always got a smile on. I'm always trying to make a dick
Yeah,
joke. I'm trying to make someone laugh. Like, I'm just goofy Steve.
exactly.
But half the time I tell you I'm sad when that was happening. Not right now, just like it just happens, because like when you have, for me, I go up and down. I can be like a month of depression really hard. I can be good for 5 months. I could be good for a week, et cetera, et cetera. It can go like a roller coaster. That's it just comes, and you don't see it coming sometimes. Sometimes when you break it down, you can say, hey, oh well, you know, this happened in my life. I got laid off, and then, you know, I broke my ankle. Okay, there's a reason for all these. Sometimes it just comes. There's no reason. You could have just like won your championship game. You could have just got straight A's, and then you get home, and the next day you wake up and you're just like, why am I here? Or I don't like myself. And it's just like, there's no explanation, man. It's
No, it's just a chemical
imbalance.
Yeah, that's
It's a
all it
chemical
is.
imbalance, you know. And it's just getting back to it, you just got to surround yourself with the people that truly love and care about you, because the people that don't will go away from you. They'll stop
Yeah,
talking to you.
you'll
And guess
find
what?
out.
That's good. I think that's beautiful. I think, go live your life and have a good time doing whatever you're doing, you know. All the
Hmm.
best for you. I just hope you learn one day that, like, you know, be better.
Yeah,
Be better at being a human being. And
some people won't ever learn that,
and they
man.
won't. And that's
And
just it, dude. You
that's
got to be blunt
yeah,
about it too, because you can't. I'm a very like happy, optimistic guy, but dude, You gotta be real too. Some people won't, and fuck them. They're losers, bro. They're fucking losers.
Yeah, they'll sit there and they'll, whatever.
Do their thing, and that same like can be your boss. That can be. It
is
what
it
is.
Anybody, like they'll post one day when Chris Cornell kills himself. Oh, it's just some stupid singer. But then when Robin Williams kills himself, it's like all of a sudden you're Mr. Mental Health or Mrs. Mental Health. You know what I mean? Like, nah, that's not. No, because you would have been the same. If you were that way, you would have had the same feeling when Cornell killed himself as you did when Robin Williams killed himself. It's the same thing, because I felt the same way. I
do, brother. I do.
Like, it's like, fuck, I've been there. Like, shit. Like,
that's right.
You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, I don't know exactly what the dude was going through, but I know, like, what the dudes were going through.
Yeah.
And, like, Robin Williams was such a shock to people, and it was, like, such an eye-opener, because look at how happy he was.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a quote about something like that, but I don't remember what it was. But
yeah, me either. But, like, you could say the same thing about me that you said about yourself. Like, I'm always, like, cracking jokes, always laughing, always, like, but, like, probably when I'm doing half of that, I'm not that happy.
Yeah.
So, like, I've obviously gotten a little bit better. So
you got a lot better, man.
Yeah.
Dude, life is groovy right now,
life
man.
Is going pretty good right now for the fellas.
Yeah, so. Man. I think that we're back. We haven't seen each other in a long time. We're seeing each other once a week playing hockey. I think that's fucking awesome. We're doing this, so we talk almost every freaking day, which is great.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Except for when you're pooping and you don't want to talk to me, which I don't understand, and we're breaking up right now.
I don't poop.
That's not. Well, you are a female. I knew it. But I think that everything's good, man. And I look forward to like the guests we have on here.
Hell yeah, dude.
I look forward to good times, and like this podcast was a little sadder. This podcast was a little in deep, but that goes with the two bands we broke down.
Yeah, I mean, we broke down movements, so it kind of made sense to like talk about some real shit.
Yeah, the title of the fucking band is Movements, so
yeah,
sweet deal, bro.
Yeah, man.
I think this is it. I think I'm gonna end it. I think that
yeah, thank you, everyone. Again,
thank you
if you hung on and listened for this long. Yeah, check out Movements. Check out knucklepuck. Please don't text me. Please don't call me. I'm not suicidal. It is not your fault that I wanted to die. Like, please don't. Please don't. I'm begging you, please don't bother me with that. Like, just don't. Please.
Don't freaking do it, bud. He said no. He said no. Okay?
I'm good. Everything's good. Like, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not, like,
we're just talking, dude. Literally,
you're just talking. I'm just
learning stuff that.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm just, if anybody else out there feels the way that I did during all that, and it helps them, that's why I did it. Like, that's why I mentioned it. I didn't say it for people to start texting me and messaging me on stuff and calling me, asking me if I'm okay, and like, just don't. I'm fine. Everything's good. Like, I appreciate it, but please don't. Like, I don't need my phone blowing up with that.
Just respect his wishes, yeah. I get what you're saying, dude. So I'll text you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And cue the music right there, baby.
That's it.
All right, we love you. See you later. Have a great night. Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Hey everybody, Nick and I just want to make a quick reminder that if you or anybody you know is struggling with suicide, to please call this number, 1-800-273-8255. Thank you guys.